And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable Zoological Republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika Biama onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwe n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connected from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Please share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it to wherever you belong. We have a role to play. If you cannot make your own video, why not help and share the video? This is a role you can play. This is something you can do. You can sit in your house, in your phone, and share the video to all so that people will know what is happening. The conventional media cannot speak for you. They can't speak for me. That is why we are speaking for ourselves, telling the world the situation. If you cannot speak, share the video. Share the video, not just my video. Every video you see that is talking about the things that are happening in Nigeria, in your own area, talk about it. Share it to people. Let them know what is happening. We cannot be silent. The enemy have come to kill, to steal, and to destroy, and we will not allow them. If you have not joined the prayer that we are making, 150 days prayer, please kindly join. The prayer is already doing wonders, and that is the only way you can connect to Wasmina Mazen and Kano to know what is right and what is wrong and the way to follow. Chukwukika Biama have been making a lot of revelations and is guiding us, and we must be free. You can see they have brought war to us in our side, in Biafra land. Many are dying on daily basis. People are being killed on daily basis. They are shooting down people, killing people indiscriminately in Biafra land as we speak. The exercise that they call Golden Dawn is taking a lot of people. Just like they did during the time of Python dance, they are doing it again. Who called them? The governors of the Southeast invited them to come and kill us again. They have been doing it. They are not shied away from it. They are not even hiding it. They talk about it. They tell us that they are the one that have formed the insecurity. They tell us that they're the one that have formed unknown government. They are not even hiding what they are doing. What are we going to do? The only thing we have to do is to stand firm and continue to fight. We want to make sure that many people are going to walk into Biafra. We will not all die. People will lose their life. Some will lose their life carelessly because they refuse to listen to the warning. The warning remains. Participate in the sit at home on Monday and do not participate in anything that has to do with the election. Anything that has to do with their flyers, whatever gift that comes from the election, reject it totally. Biafrans no longer want to be part of the election. And they want to force us to the election by killing people who decided to betray what we have decided. They kill them to frame up the IPOB. IPOB doesn't kill. The ESN are in the bushes fighting the enemy. They are not in the streets. But the war that they have brought to Biafra land will surely consume them. Watch out. They will go back in shame and disgraced. For every single soul that has been lost in Biafra land, Nigeria must surely pay. And every soldier that takes the life of a Biafran will surely pay. He and his family will surely pay. Just as Mazen Kano said, after they have come to the Biafra land, they will not have a home to return to. And that is the word of Chukwukika Biama. They will never have a home to return to. Let them continue. They are peddling their lies. right, left, and center. They do not want to embrace the truth. You see our Oduduwa brothers fighting for their own life. Biafrans fighting for their life. The middle veterans fighting for their life. People who are people speaking up their voice, yet those who they choose to, who claim that they were choosing to defend the people, are not speaking up for them. Instead, they are speaking up for themselves. Peddling lies. Instead of telling the world the real situation of things, they are telling lies. You see them talking about unity in diversity. The diversity you have in Nigeria is a destructive diversity. A diversity that can never meet anywhere, that will only cause death and destruction. But they will not talk about it. They tell you, where is the unity in diversity? From the amalgamation up to date, there has never been any unity in Nigeria whatsoever. From independence till now, they are still talking about unity. How can you get unity in a place that is so diverse that they have nowhere to meet? The northern part of Nigeria have chosen their path, that they want a caliphate to practice Sharia on their section, and they have started it already. The southern part of Nigeria want a secular system. You don't want them to go along with the secular system. You want to force them to join your caliphate. How is that possible? We do not have the same food. We don't have the same language. We don't have the same culture. We don't have the same mentality. How can this diversity work? It doesn't work anywhere. But you see them peddling these lies. They will begin to tell you that there is strength in what, in number, whatever. They will begin to tell you that Nigeria is the highest populated African nation, and they are proud of it, and that there is strength in that. What strength do you have in that population that you cannot feed? A population that you cannot feed, a population that cannot even protect itself, a population that you have the largest populated African country, yet you are going to South Africa to take missionaries to come and fight for you in your army. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? That the population has nothing to offer. You are still going to look for missionaries. With all the populations you have, you go to South Africa and look for missionaries to fight for you. You are still crying you don't have enough police. You don't have enough army. With all the population you have. Don't you see that's a problem? Don't you see that's a problem? Controlling a population that you cannot be able to feed or guide or protect. Population you cannot be able to offer job. You are still talking about population. These are the lies they are peddling from one angle to the other. Total lie and pure lie. When a Biafran talks that he wants to go, they will be reminding a Biafran that you have investment in all over the country and you cannot go. How does having an investment all over the world amount to somebody having a nation? It doesn't have anything to do with somebody having a nation. The Jews have investment in every country you can think of in this world. They have investment that has to do with billions. But yet they have their own nation called Israel. Protecting their nation, a place that they will go back to in case anything happens. And Biafrans want to have their own nation. All you have to tell them is that they will lose their properties. And how does somebody who wants to go his separate ways amount to losing of property? The only thing you can do is to implement a tax. If you like, you can increase your tax. If you do anything, they pay the tax if they want to, and they remain there. If they don't want to, they can sell off the business and go their way. That is the only thing. So why is somebody trying to blackmail us with the issue of having investment everywhere? They will tell you that Biafra said, where are you going to accommodate them? The Israelis, the Jews are everywhere, every part of this world, and yet they have an accommodation in Israel. They have an accommodation. They are accommodated. Why is our own case going to be different? These are the lies they are peddling everywhere, sending their people to go and push these lies and begin to paint these lies everywhere. And you see recently their so-called vice president, who is a pastor, went to the UK and he's lying again. Lying before everybody in UK, talking about the diversity, talking about unity in Nigeria, talking about a Nigeria that is dead. Something that he knows very well. Nigeria that doesn't have anything to offer, even to himself. Nigeria that have made him an illiterate, a professor, serving under somebody who doesn't have a common entrance result. Somebody who doesn't have a WAEC result, a professor is serving under him. That is how useless Nigeria have made him. Yet, he is preaching for that Nigeria. Because you allow yourself to be destroyed. You wanted other people to be destroyed. The generation of the people who have that cannot take that. More especially the Biafrans. And the Oduduwans, they don't want that kind of environment. They want a place where people work by merit. You are talking about a Nigeria that will succeed. How can Nigeria succeed in that kind of system where you have a quota system? There is no country that can stand on that quota system and succeed. Quota system will always make way for illiterates to become rulers. it will always make way for illiterates to become leaders, people who are not qualified to take position of honor. Why people who are qualified will be relegated without job. That is what quota system does. Quota system makes it possible for somebody who is educated, who has brain, who has the brain not to get a job, not to even be educated, more educated. Instead, somebody who doesn't have brain, who is not even ready to improve himself, will be given a job. And then keep a qualified person under him. That is what quota system does. The most destructive thing that you have in Nigeria is that quota system. And yet, somebody is promoting it, talking about it, and you are boldly coming out on national television in the world to speak about it. May God have mercy on you. We are not part of it, and will never be part of it. Watch the video.
Nigeria's Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, has stressed the need for Nigeria to remain an indivisible country for necessary development to take place. Osinbajo was speaking in London during an interactive session with top officials of the Nigerian High Commission in the United Kingdom. He says the current myriad of challenges the nation is facing will soon become history. Vice President Osinbajo says Nigerians at home and in diaspora should promote the message of one country, noting that anybody who looks at how Nigeria operates will recognize that we are better off in this system, and that is the truth. Tundu, is that the truth?
Yes, I think it's the truth that we are better off as one country. But the concerns and the agitations that people have expressed are not as easily dismissed as the Vice President is saying. People don't need to be told to spread the message of one Nigeria. If they are made to believe in one Nigeria, they will spread that message by their own volition. The issue now is that there are genuine feelings of marginalization, of alienation. Some people feel like second-class citizens in their own country. That is the fact. I feel that we're better off as one country for the simple reason that anything to avoid bloodshed because of personal experience, dying for one's country, as I've often quoted, Dulce est decorum, pro patria mori, is a lie. It is not sweet and fitting to die for your country. It's a sweet and fitting to die with a head full of gray hair, in your bed, surrounded by everybody who loves you, not cut down in blood, okay? So that is the perspective that I'm coming from. There's going to be no neat balkanization of Nigeria. It will be a bloody war. And if you go even as far back as India and Pakistan, that partition, and how many people died, needlessly, I feel. Look at what happened with, where the word balkanization comes from, that part of Europe, the Yugoslavia war, with genocide.
Yes.
Do we need this? Even Sudan, we don't need that. So that's why, for me, just that bloodshed, for me, is enough of a deterrent for us to sit down and work out our problems. That's just where I'm coming from with that.
Dr. Abati?
Well, I think it's important to know that the Vice President has been very consistent in calling for unity. And he echoes also the official position of the federal government of Nigeria, relying heavily on Section 2 of the Constitution, which says Nigeria is a sovereign state, it is indissoluble, and many people do not like to hear that. But you do not expect that the Vice President of Nigeria will go to any forum, either local or international, and be seen to be supporting those who are calling for, the dismemberment of Nigeria. Every Nigerian president and their deputies will say, well, Nigeria will not break up on our watch. And with regard to the statement made by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, yes, this is not the first time he will make a similar statement. And what he was trying to celebrate on that occasion is the unity of Nigeria, and promote the unity of Nigeria and the diversity of Nigeria. Many people argue that, yes, there is strength in diversity, and that the diversity that we have in this country is an advantage rather than a disadvantage. And he tried to compare Nigeria with smaller nations that are also trying to become bigger, either through increase in population or through, some other, ways of making sure that they stand tall within the international community. And he's of the view also that, look, if Igbos stand on their own, or Yorubas stand on their own, or some other groups stand on their own, in a country of over 400 ethnic nationalities, you will just end up in a small country. But that Nigeria is able to play big in the international community because of our size, our diversity, and the talent, the summative, collective talents of the people. However, many of those who are calling for self-determination many who are beating the drums of secession. Many of those groups are not saying we want to leave Nigeria by all means. They say, okay, if it is not possible to have this kind of Nigeria, then perhaps it is better for them to go their way. At least I've had that kind of rhetoric. What are they complaining about? Marginalization, injustice, nepotism, the superiorization of certain groups and the inferiorization of certain other groups. So out of concern, out of self-preservation, you now have so many groups saying we'd rather stand on our own. As a statesman, I think that beyond talking to people and saying we are better off together, the government of the day or any other government at the subnational level should take steps to ensure that the unity that our leaders talk about, that unity is effectuated in terms of how the government is run. Many of the people who want to run away from Nigeria is because they are frustrated with many of the fault lines within the Nigerian arrangement. You cannot, on one hand, as a political leader, say we are better off together. And then, some people get the impression that they are not good enough for the top job because they are from a particular part of the country. Or some people will feel that, people from their own part of the country cannot have access to certain institutions of state or certain opportunities. When the same constitution that political leaders often quote to promote the idea of unity is very clear in section 42 thereof, the right to live inside Nigeria without being discriminated against, either on the basis of ethnicity, gender, religion, or circumstances of birth. So these are the pillars already provided, as fundamental issues within the Constitution that government and our leaders, should promote. And when that is done, perhaps more Nigerians will have a sense of inclusion. Perhaps fewer Nigerians will want to leave the country. And the rhetoric about, divisiveness would not be there. So this is where we have found ourselves. And, okay, it's not enough to just say this. We've been bearing this burden long before now. So it's not as if we're saying the Buhari administration created the prevailing situation. It's part of the fault lines, the failure of the Nigerian leadership to build a nation, in the truest sense, after independence. And I have a position on this. I don't like to blame outsiders because standard excuse is to say, oh, the British structured Nigeria to fail. The British, they left since 1960. What have we done with Nigeria? When will Nigeria become a nation? When will everybody have a sense of, belonging and ownership of the Nigerian project?
I mean, very well said, Dr. Batiantunde. I think the most important thing is it is time for us to stop paying lip service to this talk about unity and actually doing the hard work of unity and reconciliation in this country. We need to heal broken hearts. I think the work started with Olusegun Obasanjo, with the Puta panel, human rights violation, looking back at that, trying to heal some broken hearts. I think we should constantly have that soul search in our country. And we should constantly have forums where we talk about our country and the forums of our country. I think it's the hard work, it is the prose of governance that we have failed at. But we have trumped up the narrative and the poetry of unity every time, which is good, which is great. But poetry is poetry and action is action. I think it is time for us to do that work of unity, and it should be seen. If it is seen, you will not need to remind every Nigerian that we should stand together. Automatically, they will stand together, they will live by the flag, they will pour the flag, and they will say they are proud to be Nigerians. It's time for action, not talk. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you.
That is it. In their conventional media, you see their discussion. Even though they are trying to be politically correct, you can see it from their body language. You can see them that they don't even believe in that Nigeria. Those people you see sitting in that very place talking in Arise Television, including the daughter of Abiola in that very place, she is not happy with Nigeria. She is not happy with Nigeria. But everybody is just pretending as if it's okay. Everybody pretending as if it's okay. How long shall we continue to pretend? Biafrans are not ready to pretend anymore. We are asking out, and we must surely have our own nation. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter the language you speak. It doesn't matter the attack you bring. We must continue, and we must be free from these very clutches of the enemies. We must be free. And the freedom is now. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect Asuna Mazi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike prosper Asuna Mazi Kanu. Give him good health. Strengthen him. Bring him back to earth very soon as we are expecting him. No man born of a woman can stop his freedom. We are expecting him and he's coming out soon. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. Share this video to all platforms. Share it to your family and friends. Share it so that they will know our own point of view. Like the world will know the truth of what is going on in the country of Nigeria and not a lie. Thank you for watching and remember this. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.